Hi everyone. We're gonna go over our demo so you can get to know a little bit more of what you can get out of Situm's platform out of the box. Right, so the first step is you need to create an account, go to this website, right, and create an account. And then you get into like a kind of a Google Maps environment, right? So you have here the map, and then you can create a new building for you, right? So the building that you're gonna test the solution. So we can create a new building. You need to put the address wrong on. So you select the building and you have to name the building for this. So you create it, right? After that, what you need to do is you need to upload the floor plan of it, right? So you click on here and then you select the floor plan that you have. You need to create a different floor. So let's say this one is the ground floor. So I'm gonna put ground floor over here. You can add other fields if you want to as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So you click on create. After that, what you need to do is you need to place correctly like the floor plan in the building, right? So what you can do is you can drag over here, you can turn over there to the point that it gets located into the area. Like you can add more or less as well transparency. And then once you have that correctly placed, then that's it. You click on save and there you go. You have the new building created. So once you have the building created, you can go to the building and have uploaded all the floor plans. You can start playing a little bit with the cartography part. So points of interest. Right, points of interest are pretty much things that you want to have highlighted in your building, be it to give a task for an employee or to make it easier for a visitor to be guided to that region, right, to that place. So we have some examples here, but you can create a new one pretty easily. So let's just do one right now. You can create a new one, select what it is. You can put a name of the new point of interest. You can select a category for it, and then you can add relevant text information, even images and videos related to this new point of interest. So you can create a new one. There we go. And then in the case you want to edit, you just need to click here, and then you can edit all these aspects. And then in the case you want to delete it, there you go. You need to confirm it. There we go. So geofences. The geofences are areas that you want to control for some specific reason. If you want to control them, maybe to know how long your employees spend in a specific area. Or another option is to send notifications to them. So if it's an employee, you can send them tasks. And if it's a visitor in a shopping mall, in an airport, you can send them a notification related to geomarketing, right? So like go to the store, here's a voucher for you, whatever it is, right? So how you create a new one, that's pretty easy. You can create a new geofence, and then it's a polygonal functionality, so you can create in whatever shape you think fits best what you're looking for. So once you have completed, like there you go, you can put a name for this new geofence. You can add a code to it, and then here, like points of interest, you can add text, images, or even videos that are related to this geofence. So you put create, and there we go. You can find in this new one that I've made, and then you can select this geofence, and then you can edit them, but you can also delete if that's the case that you want to delete just new geofence. So confirm it. There we go. This geofence is no longer there. So if you want to create paths, paths are things that can be used to guide people from point A to point B, right? So that's if you're offering an indoor navigation solution, that's really relevant because this is what's going to pretty much guide the visitors from point to point. And then if we're talking about employees, if they're not yet familiar with the building, you can well, they can know where to go specifically to each point in the building. So you can create a new one, right? Let's just say this is it. You want to create this new path, and then you can save this one, right? In this case, it has been successfully saved. So this is the real-time tab in the dashboard. Uh, in this tab, you can pretty much see where people are in real time, how people are moving in the building. You can check in each floor specifically. If you want to find someone specifically, you can click on this person, and then this window will pop up with this specific user. And then here you can also keep track of all the alarms that are being notified and also other tasks that are yet to be completed. So for reports, we have use of building. Use of building, it's pretty much gonna give you all the all the users that have been in this floor in this specific time range that you have selected. So you can see how you have more users in one specific day, and then you can check here also how it goes if you have more people specifically in one day and the users and all of that. You can also download this report, the raw data, so you can play with it a little bit in another platform. Heatmaps, it's a report that can pretty much give you the amount of time that people have spent in a specific area, right? So you can filter this for a specific user. Here I'm gonna do for everyone, so you can check what's the more popular area. You can clearly see that this one spot right here. You can go back and change the floor into the same one. This for another floor. You see how you have a variety of positions that are popular and positions that are not in the building for this date range. So user stays on geofences are pretty much the time that people that user have spent in these areas, right? So I'm gonna select for the halls here in this building that we have created. There you go. You can see for these geofences that I have selected all the users that have been there and how long have they stayed there, right? You can also get this data like in that table-like manner, so you can download it and play with it as well. And you can also filter for one specific user. So let's say for these same areas, the same geofences, but I want to get specifically for this user, I can generate this report, and then there we go. I have the specific geofences and how long has this user stayed in this area in this amount of time, which I can also select another specific date range. So for the trajectories, I can check for a specific user and where this person has been. So I'm here in this floor, but I can select a different one if that's the case. So I'm gonna put for the manager here, and then I'm gonna select this user, and then I can show the route. So I can see where this person has been during this time period. I can play it, so I can see how it goes step for step. I can do it a little bit faster if that's the case. I can do it slower if I want to. I can select specifically like the time range. So let's say I don't want to check all of that. I want to check this part specifically. So I can put play only in this area. So I have only for this shorter time, right, where the person has been to at the moment. Now the report is the location history. Location history will pretty much give you for one specific user as well all the points of interest that the person has crossed. So we'll pretty much give the time that he has entered, left, and how long he had stayed in that point, right? So you have all of the history of that person, of that user for that specific date that you have selected, and you can clearly see the zones, that the areas that are more popular or not. Right here you can see that like she stayed longer than in the others that she has just gone through very briefly. Another reports the alarm, right? For alarms, you can pretty much get, you can filter for the building, for the user, and also the type of alarm, if they have been attended or not. But yeah, here pretty much you can see all the alarms that have been emitted by the platform. So for users, what you can get is you have all the users here. You can easily create a new user, right? Assign them to the email account that they have. You can assign them to a specific building. You can assign to a group as well. You can create different groups and color code them as well to easily identify them. And you can also select devices for the user. So in the case that you have a specific device being used by a user, you can assign them very easily. So patrols are pretty much the thing that you can create to give a designated amount of tasks to do in a day, on a part of the day, right? So you can create a new patrol here. You can add a name. You can add the time of it, times that need to be done throughout the day. You can add the description and then whatever it is, and then add all the checkpoints, right? So you can select a point of interest, and the person, let's say, has to go through at any time, because it doesn't really matter where the person when the person goes in this area. And then you can add a description. But let's say that this person needs to go here, and then he needs to go at a specific time. So that's the case. I can select the time. I can change this. Let's say it's at 9:15, and then let's say the person needs to go for 10 minutes, right? Not 5. So you can also add a description here. You can also make another one, let's say this point of interest, and the person has to stay in. So in this case, let's say it's from 9:30 until 10, quarter to 11, and this, so for this amount of time, the person has stayed for a little bit over an hour, right? So 75 minutes in this case, right? There you go. And then you can also add a description. So you have all of this, and then you click to save, and there you go. You have the patrol saved. Once you have all the patrols created, you can also check how they have been completed, right? So you can select the date range here, and then you click on search, and there you go. You have all the tasks that have been completed or not, right? So you can go day by day in this case as well, see all the patrols that you have created, and then select one specifically. So for instance, here you can see that this user have been the one who have been doing them, right? And in some cases they have been completed, in some cases have not. And then why they have not been completed, they have a justification for this case, right? So you can select here and go one by one and see the time frame as well for the tasks. So it has gone on this area. It had come up a problem. It had an issue. It had an also notice here. The verification was fine. So you can check one by one how it was done, if that's the case that you need to. But pretty much this gives you idea of how the tasks and the patrols are being, and the routes are being completed. And you can also download this in raw data, so you can get them the report in a different format. Well, just here is the real-time part. And yeah, you can pretty much see all the buildings that you have created and all the users that you have that are working at the moment. So if you are managing a multi-building business, then you can see all of them in the map and you can control for all of the users and the employees at a time. You can also give different access to different people. So in the case a supervisor only needs to have access to one building, that person only have access to their designated building.